Good afternoon, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing okay and being safe. Today I am going to do an oil change on my work van. This is a 1994 Previa, Toyota Previa work van that I haven't done an oil change on in a while, so I want to do the oil change and kind of share it with you guys. The oil change is pretty straightforward, nothing hard to do, so let's get started here. First thing I did is that I drove the van up on these Rhino ramps. You can pick these ramps up anywhere, maybe 30, 40 bucks new, 15, 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. They're good to have around for a quick job such as this. What you're going to have today is that we're going to have a pan here. I forget the capacity of this pan, so what I did is that I cut this little jug here, made a square hole in the top just to catch the extra oil in case I need it. Over here we have an oil filter wrench, a funnel to pour the oil into. I have a socket here. This is 14 millimeter. This should be the size for the oil pan drain plug. Old rag, piece of old foam here that I usually lay down on. And this should be a straightforward process. So let's get started. Obviously, first thing you want to do, grab the van up on the ramps and go underneath. Okay, I'm here on the right hand side of the van. This is probably the easiest way to access the oil drain bolt. If you can see it, it's right there. And like I said, I'm just easily on the right hand side. As soon as you peek your head underneath there, you should see the oil drain bolt. It's right there, 14 millimeters. Let's get our ratchet, our socket, and our oil pan, and let's get started. Okay, as you guys can probably see, I'm using the 14 millimeter. I already cracked it already, but it's real easy to get off. Then just unscrew it, let the oil out. I don't have a new bolt or a new crush washer or anything. I don't have any leaks here, so I'm just going to reuse the same hardware. Just let the oil out. Okay, the oil's coming out as you can see. I have my bolt here. Where's it at? Yeah, got my bolt here, wiping it off with the rag, getting it ready to go back in. Again, I'm not sure what's the capacity on this pan, but I got this makeshift backup pan ready to go. If it starts to run high, I'll just jam it in there and catch the remaining oil. Not too hard to do. Okay, oil is still draining. We're almost done. Of course, it's going to be windy, so I got this little line of oil blowing everywhere, but I'm about to close it up with the nut. Keep you posted. Okay, got the oil pan plug in and tight. The bolt is in, it's tight, there's no leaks. Now we're just going to move over to the filter. The filter is straight ahead. See, this is the pan bolt here. Look straight over here. There's the filter. I think we can get the filter. I'm still from the right side. Move over a little bit, but just kind of get our filter wrench right here and unbolt that. Put a pan down here, of course, and see if we can start catching that. But it's not that far away. It's like the filter is there. The old bolt pan was right here, so just right ahead. You can almost see it in the same picture. Not hard to do. So let's get this filter off. Okay guys, I apologize. I'm not sure if I'm upside down or right side up. So what I did is that I took the oil filter wrench. I set the oil filter wrench on the filter and I turned it counterclockwise. When you turn it, it grips, and that should be the end of it. I already loosened it up. So from there, I'll just do the rest by hand. Just turning the wrench, turning the filter counterclockwise. I position my pan underneath so that the oil will hopefully fall down into the pan. Most likely it'll probably fall on my face, but you get the gist of it. Just turn it slow, watch it start to leak, kind of position your pan, catch as much of it as you can. You can kind of let it leak out slowly as you turn it. You can just pull it all off at one time. It probably spill over the place though, but kind of just crack it open, let it leak down slow. And then once it starts to slow up, then take it all the way off. That's probably the best thing to do. Okay, now while that's draining, let's take a look at the oil we purchased for this project. What I purchased for my work van is some Proline 5W30 full synthetic. The oil, you know, you can buy any kind of oil you want, conventional, synthetic, Castrol, Valvoline, whatever works best for you in your conditions. You can do that. But for me, honestly, I just go by price. This was pretty cheap today. Pep Boys had a sale. It was 5 quarts for $16.98. There was no type of like rebate thing or something you had to mail in. That was the price. So I got these right here for $16.98, and then I think I pick up the other one for like $5.25 or something, whatever it is. But it looks like for synthetic oil, you're going to pay $5.25, $5.30 a piece. I think that's a pretty good deal. For a filter, I picked up this Purelator filter, L10241. This was like $6.99 regular price, and it was on sale $5.49, $5.19, something like that. But I thought that was a good deal too. So it looks like for full synthetic oil and the filter, you're paying $21 or something like that. I think that was a pretty decent deal. Some people might not like Proline, but for a work van, I mean, oil, it's working, it's not overheating, knocking, seems to be happy. So this is what we're going to use today. So, you know, 5W30 is the weight. Just buy the oil and the filter that you prefer. Okay guys, for the new filter, what I normally do is that I just pour the new oil over the top part of the filter. Make sure I get the O-ring and inside here and on the threads. Some people pour oil inside the filter. I never done that, but use whatever trick you want to make you feel more comfortable. You want to pour oil in there, fill it up halfway all the way. You know what I mean? Do what you need to do. But for me, I always just pour oil on top of the filter, the threads, and the O-ring. I never had a problem. We're going to put the old filter in the box. Get that ready to go in the trash. So let's go underneath and put on a new filter. Okay, I apologize again. I'm not sure in the video this is right side up or upside down, but the new filter is on. I just hand tighten it. You don't have to be Gorilla tight, nothing like that. Just make sure it's nice and snug. That should be good enough. Then I took my towel, kind of wiped off the cross member here. It had oil on it because it's right underneath the oil filter. Just kind of wipe everything off, and that should be good enough. So now everything underneath is tight. The oil filter is tight. The bolt here, 14mm bolt, is nice and tight. So we're all done underneath. Time to go up on top and put the oil in the van. Okay. For you guys already know, the Previa van, the engine is located under the front driver's seat. So let's get that out the way. Okay, just in case you didn't know, this is the handle for the seat that you pull up to rock it, I guess move further back and closer to the steering wheel. This is that handle here, and as you see there's this little yellow handle here. This is the handle that you press or pull up on to pivot the seat back to access the engine. Okay, once the lever I was telling you about is pulled up, the seat will rock back in the service position, and then here underneath the seat it's like a little carpet thing here. You pull this carpet back and there is an access panel. You remove this panel and you should be able to see where you pour the oil in that on the engine. And sorry about that, just in case you're still stuck, there's a little knob right here that you twist, and then you remove this panel, and then you'll be able to see where the engine oil goes in that. The engine oil goes in there on that cap right here, and this is how you check the level engine oil. So it's that easy. Once you remove this, push back the seat, remove the panel, put the engine oil in here, check your level over here. This is where the funnel comes in place, so we can pour the engine oil in. Alright, there's the funnel. I looked online. It says the van engine holds 6 quarts. So I'm going to put 4 quarts in here and 2 quarts in the reservoir under the hood. So I'll show you that next. So let's put the 4 quarts of oil in here. There we go underneath the hood. Okay, all 4 quarts are in. So we'll remove the funnel, put the plate back on, lower the carpet, lock back the seat. Alright? See you guys under the hood. Okay, gang. Now we're underneath the hood. Lift your hood up. You're going to look for this reservoir container here. This one that holds the oil. And what it does is that as the oil is, I guess, used, whether it's burned, leaking, or whatever, it'll just, the engine would just siphon oil from this reservoir here. So as you can see here, there's indicators on here. It says 2 liters is full, or down here is low. So I'm going to pour the 2 quarts in here, and once the engine starts up, if I'm a little high, it usually just pulls it down to where it needs to be. I don't have an issue with this part of my car, so let's get the oil in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I poured 2 quarts in here and I'm right at the full line. So 6 quarts would definitely work on the Previa. 4 inside the engine and put 2 up here. This is right where I'm at. I mean, once I start it and level it and roll out the ramps, it may change a little bit, but right now it is spot on. Alright guys, so it looks like we're all done. Again, when I started my van up and rolled it off the ramps, the oil level went down a little bit because you hear the pump running, just sucking it down a little bit. So that looks like that's okay. So if you want to do a quick recap of what you guys need to change the oil in your Previa van, get yourself some ramps, oil, 5W30 or whatever weight of your choice, whether it's conventional, full synthetic, synthetic blend, whatever, high mileage, doesn't matter. Whatever you had success with in the past, oil filter, a couple of pans to catch the oil, or 1 pan if you have one, if you have an oil pan big enough, 14mm socket and a wrench, oil filter wrench, funnel, something to lay on, and an old rag. Alright guys, that's it for this particular project. Hope you guys are being safe out there. Please look after your loved ones and just be safe out there. God bless. Have a good day.